What is up, guys? It's Dorgy from Talon Esports, and welcome to the first part of our new series, Get Good. Now today, we will be going through these fundamentals so you can elevate your gameplay to the next level. These are very important as they make up the building blocks for pro-level Counter-Strike. Enough talking. Let's jump right in. Alright, so first let's talk about crosshair placement.
No, Dorgy, what is crosshair placement?
So from the word itself, crosshair placement, it's the way you place your crosshair. Now, most people, especially those that are, in the lower ranks, they're not consciously aware of where they're supposed to put their crosshair. Most of the time, you'd see them walking around like this, looking at the floor, because they're all heavily focused on the directions of the map. But then again, this is bad practice, and I'll tell you why. Take this guy for an example. If you're looking at an enemy, the fastest way to kill them is obviously shooting them in the head. Now, of course, you can't do that if you're looking at the floor. So what's the best way to fix that? You place your crosshair closest to the head. Good crosshair placement is being able to place your crosshair at head level. That means that when you're clearing a corner or when you're about to swing to an enemy, your crosshair is already on their head. Now, the reason why this is good is because there are less actions you have to execute before getting the kill. If I were to look at the floor and then I see an enemy, I'd have to look up and aim at the head and then shoot. But what if I actually had good crosshair placement and it was already aimed at the head? All I have to do now is shoot. Right? Well, of course, maps have different heights and angles, right? So for you to master crosshair placement, you need to be familiar with the map. There are different ways for you to master a map. You can either play a deathmatch of the map of your choice, or you can go to your community maps and look for pre-fire angles. Now, I loaded up an Inferno pre-fire community map. Link will be in the description down below. Now, the cool thing about this community map is that you're able to choose from a variety of guns. It could be the M4A1S, it could be the M4A4. Heck, maybe you're an opera and you'd want to be able to clear angles quickly. There you go, why not? But I mean, you're holding an op, it's just one shot, so I advise you probably take an AK or a Deagle, So this community map is extremely customizable, but I want us to focus on these three modes right here. For safe, this means that the bots won't fire back at you. Now for medium, it will take a little bit of time before they start firing back at you. So let's say I was a beginner, I would load up safe and I'd pick my favorite gun, the AK-47, and I'd start. So right now we are in Inferno and we are going to be starting at Banana. The main goal of this community map is to teach you all of the pre-fire angles that you have to work with. And this will heavily help you in your crosshair placement. So when you're clearing an angle just like this, you have to walk slowly. There you go. So that means you need to keep your crosshair at this level to be expecting this guy. Every single corner, you can practice yourself at aiming at head level. The bots won't shoot back at you. Don't worry. That's for safe. So you can easily just work your way up to the map like this and check every single corner for all of the head angles so that you can get that one tap. Now, this is good because not only can you train your crosshair placement, you can also train your map knowledge. And that involves expecting some angles that you might not even be sure of, or being able to recognize some common spots where most of your enemies would probably hide. For your safe mode is essentially the best way for you to get familiar with said map. Now let's try with medium and see how that works. So I'll be clearing every single angle right here, and as soon as I see this guy, he starts shooting after maybe 3 or 4 seconds. This will also help you understand what angles are you going to be exposed to. So here's an example. There's a guy right there on my right, but there's also a guy on my left. Now, if I were to peek this guy right here and kill him, but I'm exposed to the right side, I will get shot. So this will also teach you the angles that you're supposed to be taking before you can clear them. So the best practice I'd like doing is just checking every single corner like this and taking my time with the shots, walking, or running up, checking this, and then making sure I'm not exposed to any other angle. Walk up here, find this guy, look up here. There, just keeping it at head level every single time. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly at the head. Not everybody's like a master of that yet, right? But this is enough for you. There you go. See, I didn't even see that guy. The cool thing about this map is that they are also extremely random, so not every angle consists of an enemy. Now, of course, if this is a little bit too easy for you, you can go to the expert mode. Now, the expert mode will give you at least 1 or 2 seconds before the bot starts firing back. You didn't see anything. Let's try that again. Oh, so now I know it's not a good idea to go towards that pathway because then I'd be exposed to one corner. Check this. Check this. Check this. Now, last time I got killed here. So now I can just walk up here, and now I'm not exposed. Now I can kill this guy. See? Great. Now, there are a lot of variation of these maps. You have Anubis, you have Mirage, you have Dust 2. You have all of these maps that have pre-fire angles for them. Now, this is great training because there's no pressure. You're dealing with bots. And at the same time, you're able to study certain angles for certain maps. And of course, if you want to apply this in real game scenarios, you can probably start off with a deathmatch. Again, let me reiterate, this is bad crosshair placement. And this is good crosshair placement. Now notice how I didn't have to flick towards certain angles just so I can align myself to the head and get that first kill. Of course, in the eyes of the opponent, this is extremely fast. Compared to someone who's aiming at the floor that's going to take their time to flick upwards, not even sure if it's correctly towards their head, in comparison to someone who just has to press the fire button. Practice this with all of the maps, ideally with the pre-fire, so you can get an idea of what the head levels are at. And once you do, trust me, everybody might even think you're cheating. Next, let's talk about overheating. Now, this is a common problem for most players. Yes, including me. I overheat sometimes. So what is overheating? Overheating is a habit that's built up by adrenaline. Surely you get that feeling that after killing one or two opponents, you'd want to look for more and secure the round. Now, in most cases, these can be kind of unnecessary. Now, let me explain to you why. Now, think about the scenario. Let's say I walk up towards A, I find this guy right here, and I kill him. And then I find another guy right here, or someone lurking around Sandwich, or someone also towards Jungle, and I find myself getting 3 kills. Of course, I'd want to take more space as usual. But what if I don't have my teammates behind me? And I just want to look for blood and make sure I secure the round. Oh! There's 2 people that are probably going to be looking at me. And by then, there's nobody that's going to be supporting me, and they're already a man down. Now, this could potentially cost you the round. Because then again, it's highly possible that a 2v4 happens, 1v5 happens. I mean, how many times does that happen in your ranked games? So yeah, overheating is technically having that adrenaline rush, looking to find more kills and secure the round, even if it's already unnecessary. You need to be able to have your support, and you need to be able to have your teammates to back you up, just so it could be a 1-for-1 trade, just so the playing field is still level, or to make sure that you actually secure the round. And of course, the round ends once the timer goes down. Again, Counter-Strike is team gameplay, so of course, if you have the advantage for the round, you've taken 2 down, you've taken 3, or maybe it's gonna be a 1v5, you don't have to do anything unnecessary. You technically won the round, you just have to wait and be patient. So that pretty much wraps up our first episode of Get Good. Of course, don't worry, I'll make sure to include all of the community maps that I've used in this video in the description down below. If there's anything I missed, or maybe something that you might want me to tackle, make sure to comment them down below. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up right below and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can stay updated for our upcoming videos. Thank you all for watching. Now get good.